Hi Willys, nice place to review a day pack. This is a Dutch Army surplus bag that I modified, and just want to talk about the pros and cons. So what I did was I added a pouch in front because it's only 25 liters and now it's 27, and I use that for car keys, wallet, sunscreen, not today, and things like that, mobile phone with a zipper, very easy. Side pockets for water bottles, very good. And on the inside, what I really like are the compartments for jackets, my hat, and a sheet to sit on and things like that. A lid on the inside, you can put a rain cover for the bag. So that's what I like about this bag. I added this as one adjustment, and then on the back, if you know the back, you know that they handles start from the middle, and I removed them and I replaced them with real hiking straps. And if you're hiking any longer than an hour or so, you know that you need really comfortable straps. So that's what I changed about this bag. And what I did was I added padding for ventilation, because it gets really wet and it gets really sweaty, so you really need some ventilation on the back. So that is what you need to look for if you're looking for a really good hiking bushcraft day pack. Alright, so okay, so that was Dartmoor, and I think most of the bag I covered there. I'd like to go into a little bit more details so you know. If you buy the bag, the sizes are as follows. The main pouch is about 16 liters. The side pouches are 3 liters each, and that goes for the lid as well. It's about 3 liters, so that adds up to about 25. And adding a pouch, that adds another 2–2.5 liters depending on what you add. So that's that. Then on the inside, I showed you already, you have these 3 compartments, but you also have this almost like a laptop sleeve inside. Now in it is this foam pad, and it is really thick, strong material, and it weighs about 180 grams, which is relatively heavy. Now what I did was, I noticed I never took it out, to be honest, but it gives a little bit of padding to the backpack. So I took it out and I replaced it with a simple bow camp sit pad, which is way thinner and much lighter. This weighs only 30 grams, so you save about 140, I believe, 100 something. And it's also foldable, so you can use it as a sit pad like this and put your knee on it if you need a little bit more strength. But putting this in actually reduces the weight significantly, and also it adds space to the bag, because this is just bigger and thicker. It saves you about half a liter, what I could calculate. So half a liter profit there. And then one more thing I added on the bottom. Now there is only the fabric that is keeping your gear from the floor, and although this is very strong, it has no padding. And I figured if you have bottles in there and other gear, you might want to protect it a little bit. So I put, again from an Eastpak, the padding that is in the back, which is really flexible. I cut out a piece of foam, literally, and I put that inside on the bottom. Now that gives me a little bit more protection for my gear. It doesn't puncture in, and because it's white, it also gives it a little bit more contrast when you look inside the bag. So that's another modification that I made. So yeah, that's about, yeah, the thick mat. This is about 180 grams, and bow camp is only 30 grams, so it saves you about 140 grams. The whole bag, as it is now, weighs approximately 1.2 kilograms. So that is the total weight of the bag with the other straps, which are more lightweight, and even with the added straps from the Eastpak that I glued on. Okay, so I found that the best way to glue these things on, if you want to glue anything to this Cordura stuff, that super glue is actually works the best. It keeps it on really tight. I mean, it doesn't come off. I mean, if you rip it, yes, of course it will tear, but usually the product will tear and not the bag itself. I used straps from the Eastpak that I sacrificed, and to give it a little bit more elevation, and you get a little bit of airflow on your back. So if you're really hiking and you're climbing, or you're in a warm climate, you get sweaty, and then this gives it a little bit more ventilation, and that really makes the difference. So that worked for me very well. So that's one thing. And the last thing I'd like to mention is that although I added a pouch, there is in the lid a small compartment here, which is basically for, well, maybe like a passport or a road map or things like that. That would fit in rather nicely. But if you have material already underneath, tucked away, then of course this becomes a little bit small. But if you take that out, then actually, you know, it becomes quite a pouch. So you could put your valuables in there, and then in that way you would maybe not need an extra pouch. But I like to keep my bag closed and then still have access to the extra space. So that's why I added a pouch. Alright, so I think that sums it up for all my modifications. So in conclusion, it's a hell of a day pack. If you like the original straps and it sits way high up on your back, yeah, then leave it as it is. Nothing wrong with that. There are plenty of YouTube, there are a few, I must say, a few clips on the internet where they are going over the bags, over the bag and the ins and the outs. So look that up if you're interested in the original shape. But I modified it, and I think that makes it a better bag altogether. Alright, so hopefully that helped you out. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.